Hi, we are here live with the HR Happy Hour work break. I am Trish McFarlane, and I am joined here with Steve Bose. Hey, Steve Bose, how are things for you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So, welcome to the first ever HR Happy Hour work break. It's exciting.
This is cool. We've done 425 HR happy hour shows, but this is the first time we've tried this.
I know. You know what? I think it'll be fun because I don't know about you, but I feel like I am on Zoom calls all day. So, number one, I'm really getting used to looking at myself on video. No, not at all. But no, I don't know. Do you feel like you're working more? I feel like there's never an end in sight. And so I was just thinking, like, I need a break. I need a work break.
Yeah, it's a thing with working from home. Certainly that work is always kind of available. I mean, I suppose it was before all this, but now every time you walk through your house and you pass by your workstation, you see your laptop or your computer, and it's like, oh man, there's the work. And it's difficult to escape, especially when many of us have just been inside our homes for so long, not getting out very much. It's been tough to keep things separate between work and sort of not work.
Right. You know what? Me too. I think that so many people are working from home. They're also far more available maybe than before. Maybe it just feels that way. So yeah, I do feel like it's definitely time to take a little bit of break during the middle of the day. So we thought we'll give this a try, right? Maybe we'll hop on each day, maybe a couple times a day, anytime we need a break. And talk about what's on our mind and talk about just things that we're hearing about. Definitely not all COVID related, though, please.
It's hard, right? We were talking earlier about some topics for upcoming happy hour shows and some things we're working on. And it's difficult, honestly, to think about things that are not related to COVID and coronavirus right now.
That's true. Well, I know one of the things we were talking about earlier, you were saying you were reading some new research from Edelman. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So why don't maybe we give a little bit of a shout out to them and talk about some of their research. And then there's another thing I want to mention before we hop off here.
Yeah, it's been really interesting that how organizations are responding to coronavirus and how they're adapting and the kinds of things they're trying to do to support their employees and customers. So I was just reading this morning of kind of an update to the Edelman Trust Report, which is a really widely cited annual research report about just how much trust people have in their institutions, their governments, their businesses, and other organizations. And I'll just give you a couple of quick stats from this Edelman update. 90% of folks they surveyed globally said that they want organizations and brands to do everything that the brands can to protect the well-being and financial security of their employees and suppliers, even if it means substantial financial losses until the pandemic ends. And so it's really critical, and there's some more stats on there, maybe I can share a couple more if you'd like, but really the key, and you see it throughout this report, is that people, potential customers and employees are looking very, very carefully about how organizations and companies are responding to the crisis, how they're behaving, how they're participating in relief efforts, how they're supporting frontline workers, as the case may be, and certainly how they're treating the employees, which for us, certainly what we do in HR and the HR happy hour is really of paramount interest to us.
Yeah, it's interesting when you told me about that and people that are sort of in the organizations supporting the frontline workers. One of the things I actually just tweeted about it a few minutes ago was I had heard from People Strategy, and they like many companies, not just in our industry, many companies, it's spring conference season. Everybody had plans to be exhibiting and doing things like that. And
Sure.
One of the things they found was that they, well before all of this virus outbreak happened with the pandemic, they had purchased a lot of branded hand sanitizer to hand out at these events, which it's a great thing to get any time of year, right? For any reason. But instead of sort of holding that, they know that people need it. And so they were empowering their employees to take all of this hand sanitizer that they would have used at, for example, the Health and Benefits Leadership Conference that we would have both been at that had to be put off until next year, and several others as well. They are taking that and making little gift bags and gift baskets, right, and empowering the employees to then take them out to, I've seen posts from, supporting their firefighters, local hospitals, things like that. And so they created, I want to get this right, it was called the Cancel COVID Challenge,
Okay.
For any company. Again, not just if you are an HCM company, please participate as well. But if you have things that maybe you've purchased for conference season, you can just put a little bag together and you can give it to your mail carrier, just any, but the people.
Right. It can be very simple, right? Just
right? The people that are taking care of us.
yeah.
But the one thing when you mentioned that study to me, I was thinking, we sometimes in situations like this feel like we don't have any power, right? It feels very chaotic and whatnot. And so this is just a way to give back. I mean, are you hearing or seeing of any other examples of, companies kind of giving back?
Yeah, there's great examples. There's one, I just did a HR Happy Hour and Alexa show about it yesterday, where a company that provides, they do vending machines of fresh, healthy foods. And their business was putting these vending machines in places that had a lot of foot traffic, right? Places like college campuses, office locations, office complexes, and hospitals as well, oddly enough. And what they found certainly was that a lot of their business was been impacted very negatively, right? By there's no one going to the offices and all the college kids have been sent home. So there's no traffic on the college campuses. And so it's a really great story. And they've pivoted to say, okay, before 25% of our business was supplying these fresh, healthy vending machines, food vending machines to hospitals. Let's ramp that up as much as we can for two reasons. One is that's where our market is right now. It's our only market. And two, many of these locations were in dire need of food options because all these frontline workers are going to hospitals and even field hospitals that sprung up around the country, which had no food options at all. So these poor nurses and doctors and technicians and all these healthcare workers, they need food. They need to be able to eat. And so this company quickly pivoted to put more of their machines serving affordable, like $5, $6, $7 kind of food options in these machines. And they were even giving away food to bereavement centers in the hospitals for family members of people who were sick, who were really struggling, and they were just donating food. Plus, finally, the last part of the story, which is great, the food that was unsold, because it's mostly fresh food, it doesn't last forever in these vending machines, they're donating food that doesn't sell right away to food pantries around the country. So it's just a remarkable story and a really, really great job of a company, both doing right by their customers, doing right by their employees. They've managed to hold on to all of their employees during this time, and providing a great service to the people who are doing so much to support all of us, right, in the front lines of this.
Yeah, I think it's just so important. So again, I mean, I feel like we've kind of moved past that time of being really just scared and worrying about our own families, safety, security. We all feel a little more prepared. And so I think we are going to hear more and more stories of companies that are sort of taking that step and empowering the employees and getting out there and really helping their communities. Because again, I think you feel better if you're just trying to do for the people that are doing for you, right? Because we sometimes feel like there's so many people that take care of us and that are basically risking their lives to do so while we're all sheltering in place. It's really nice to see that we can actually have an impact, I think.
Yeah, and the last thing I'd say on it is, we take that statistic from Edelman that we talked about a second ago with a story like this, and you realize that people are watching, they're paying attention, right? Yeah. People are going to remember how we all sort of behaved, how we acted, how we led or didn't lead, how we served or didn't serve, right, in these times. And there will be long-term impacts of it. It's very important to do the right thing all the time. It's probably never been more important than it has been lately.
Yeah, I think companies that step up in ways that we would have never expected, just like we see employees that step up, the employees, you don't necessarily have to have the manager title, for example, to see an employee step up and become a leader, or, maybe a politician step up and, someone you've never heard of before, or now a company really kind of living their values. We've all for years had, right, mission, vision, values, those sorts of things.
Right.
This is the time we'll see who really matches what they've been saying all these years. So pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I think it's probably with that time to get back to work, but
what?
Thanks for taking a work break with me. I love this. I feel like I want a work break every day. Maybe.
All right, check in with me tomorrow. I'll have something else to say. I'll think of it.
Maybe we'll add someone. This could grow. We'll see. We can add someone to our work break and see what they're up to. So anyway, all right. Well, for all of us at the HR Happy Hour show, you can find us on iTunes. You can find us on your Amazon Alexa. You can find
Spotify. Don't forget Spotify.
Stitcher Radio, wherever you get your favorite podcasts. So please look us up. And I guess you're going to find us here too on the HR Happy Hour work break. See you soon.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.